You will want to place the crystals on or near the chakra points to help focus the energy there. You may place them on specific chakras to match their healing properties, or just follow your intuition and that's what I usually do. Follow where you feel you need to place those crystals. Once you have placed them, you may proceed with the treatment. So let's go ahead and place these crystals and the hematite on the body. We're going to start by placing the quartz crystal here at the solar plexus. Then I'm going to head and place the garnet down towards the feet. Actually, I'll put it between her legs right here. They don't necessarily have to be placed on the body. They can just be placed around the body. Hematite, great for grounding. We're going to place that down towards the feet. We're going to go ahead and place our amethyst over the heart. Again, you always want to let your client know ahead of time that you are going to be incorporating crystals into the treatment, and we can talk about that more later. But let them know where you're going to be placing them. I'm going to place this over your heart. Then we will go ahead and place the lapis at or near their actual sacral area. And the tiger's eye, I'm actually going to place this on her third eye. You want to make sure too when you're using these that they're not too big or too heavy to be uncomfortable on the client. And also, if you're going to place something on the third eye, because of the form of the head, you want to make sure that it's one that isn't going to slip off. That may happen if they move during the treatment, and that's okay. Just make sure it's not too big that it could cause injury to the client. Now, how we incorporate these in is we place them in those chakra areas or near them, and then we're actually just going to place our hands over the stone, or actually the metal or hematite. You can float above either chakra at the same time, which I'm doing here. I don't have anything at the throat chakra. I could place this lapis there at the throat, but sometimes they'll roll off, so we won't worry about the throat chakra at this point. But I'm going to start with one hand over the third eye and one over the throat chakra. Now what you may notice is that you will definitely feel more of an energy pulsing, and that's because, as I talked about earlier, mainly quartz crystals, but crystals in general, are going to increase that energy flow. And these can really help to magnify the energy and help this treatment to be more intense and more focused. So we would just float over those areas. Allow yourself to feel that energy flowing. And you may even feel a response from the actual stone and movement of your hand. And it's kind of funny too how it works, because I was ready to move on, but I felt like I couldn't, like I had to stay over her third eye. So that was an indication that I need to hang out there a little longer. So we're going to cover 2 chakra points at a time. So now I'm at the throat and the heart chakra. You may also want to place something at the top of the crown. You would need them to scoot down on the table a little bit so you can place a stone there. So we're just going to keep walking down the body. I find that incorporating crystals into the treatment does amazing things for the client. I've used these with people that are suffering from terminal illnesses, and what you'll find sometimes is that their hand may go up and they may grab onto the stone, they may want to hold it. You could actually put some crystals in their hands and have them hold on to those crystals and let them just feel that energy flow. And you can even have your clients pick what rocks or crystals or stones they would like to use in the treatment and just follow their intuition and their connection with those. So again, we're going to just keep floating over the body. Now you can place your hands where it's appropriate, just right over the actual area, and you can place your hands right on that crystal. Now I would incorporate this into an actual treatment. So you would be performing the same treatment that you've learned in this video. You would just incorporate the crystals as part of it. So the treatment itself is not going to change all that much. We'll just continue to move down the body, allowing ourselves to feel that energy flow. And you really, really will probably notice that there is much more energy flowing and responding, just like when I was talking about the piezoelectric connection, because these things are magnifying that energy. And you'll find that sometimes, like with my hands, they shake a little bit when I'm at an area where the energy is flowing a little more intensely. And the client sometimes will feel some response to these too, and we'll talk with Dawn after this to see how she's feeling. So again, we would just keep moving through this regular treatment with the incorporation of those stones. And I do find that if I can have a large collection of different stones to work with, it can be much more beneficial for the client, because they may not be responding what you think they need, and you may need to try other stones. You could also just use the quartz crystal here and just get maybe 6 or 7 of these and use these only. Very reasonably priced. You can find them pretty much anywhere in places that sell crystals and rocks and stones. So the quartz crystal does wonderful things on its own. You don't even need to get all of these different ones.